Morning everyone, welcome back to maths class. Students, today we will do exercise 8.6, 7th question. This question is left. So let's start. 7th question is, Akash bought vegetables weighing 10 kilogram. Out of this, 3 kilogram 500 gram is onions, 2 kilogram 75 gram is tomatoes, and the rest is potatoes. What is the weight of potatoes? Now, in the first step, we will solve this sum in 2 steps. So first of all, step number 1. In the step number 1, you will write weight of onions. Weight of onions. What is given? 3 kilogram 500 gram. What is the first step to solve this? Tell me the first step to solve this. Ajit. So first is separation with the help of plus sign. So 3 kilogram plus 500 gram. After that, you will write the relation. Relation is compulsory. 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. So this kilogram, 3 already in kilogram. So no need to convert it. We will convert this to kilogram. Now to convert 500 gram to kilogram, we will divide this by 1000. And this gram will change to kilogram. Now, your wish, either do the cancellation of these two zeros or not. Your wish, no compulsion. So, after that, you will get 0.5 kilogram. So, after addition, this 3 is written as, in term of decimal, 3.0 kilogram. If we want to write any number in term of decimal, then we will put decimal here and write 0. So after addition, you will get 3.5 kilogram or 3.500 kilogram. Both are the same thing. Both are correct. After that, weight of tomatoes is equal to 2 kilogram 75 gram. Students who want to give the solution of this part, raise your hands. Yes, Prerna.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, tell me the first step.
2 kg plus 75 gram.
So this is 2 kilogram 75 gram. What is the next step?
इसको अब हम kg में बनाने के लिए 1 kg equals to 1000 gram
Very
करेंगे.
good. 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. After that we have,
फिर 15 ये 75 को हम वो इसमें बनाएंगे. 75 gram equals to 75 divided by 1000.
very good. and this gram will change to kilogram. Then what is the next step?
Kilogram.
Yes. Then what is the next step? Now, how can you write? How can we write this in decimal? 3 zeros. 3 zeros means first of all write 5, then write 7, then write 0, and after 0 you will put here decimal. So this is 0.075 kilogram. After addition you will get 2.075 kilogram. So in the first step, first of all, you will find the weight of onions, then weight of tomatoes. Write down. And after writing, message me, ma'am, we have done. Then I will explain next step. Yes, Bhavesh, what is the next step?
Ma'am, we write first of all weight of potatoes is equal to 3.500 kg plus 2.075 kg
Nee, this we have done,
minus.
Bhavesh. This we have done. Tell me the next step. This part we have done. Tell me the next part. Weight of onions in kilogram this. Weight of tomatoes in kilogram this.
Right.
Now tell me what is the next step.
मैम हम लिखेंगे weight of potatoes.
First of all, weight of onions and tomatoes together. Weight
Ma'am,
of onions and tomatoes together. Or you can also write this as total weight of onions and tomatoes. Both are correct. Now, together means we will plus. So,
plus
3.5 and this is 2.075. Vacant positions are filled by 0. Both are in kilogram. I am again repeating, either write weight of onions and tomatoes together or total weight of onions and tomatoes. Write anything.
Ma'am, 5.575.
5.575 and this kilogram is compulsory. Okay? Very good.
Ma'am, okay.
Very good. Now the next
Ma'am, now
is...
we might...
Wait. Now the next is... Harshia. Harshia, tell me the next step. Suhana.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me the next step. Step number 2. The question is
Total weight.
In the step number 2 we will find what? We will find what in the step
We will
number
find
2?
the weight of potatoes.
Yes, we
Weight
will
of
write
potatoes.
here, yes, weight of potatoes. As the question is find what is the weight of potatoes. Rest is potatoes given na? Rest is. So rest word will indicate that this sum is based on, in the last step, this sum is based on subtraction. So Suhana, tell me how can you write 10 in term of decimal?
10.0 kg.
Yes. 10.0 kilogram and this is 5.575 kilogram and vacant positions are filled by what?
0.
Yes. 0. Now Students, subtract and write down your result in the chat box. Solve this and tell me what is the result after subtraction. It's okay, Arshia? Very good. Well done. Yes. So this is 10. So 4.425 kilogram. So this is the result. In the result, you will again write weight of potatoes is equal to this thing. So this is the way to solve this sum. So one more time I am repeating. Akash bought vegetables weighing 10 kilogram. Total weight is given to you 10 kilogram. After that, weight of onions given to you, weight of tomatoes given to you, and the question is to find the rest weight. Rest weight means weight of potatoes. So to find the rest weight, first of all, you will combine the weight of onions and tomatoes. After that, you will subtract this from the total. So this is the way to solve this, sir. Write down. After that, we will start next chapter, chapter number 9, data handling. So on your book, open page number 184. Open page number 184. Write down this, and after that we will start chapter 9, data handling. Chapter number 9, data handling. First of all, I am going to explain the meaning of what does it mean, data handling. So data handling is the branch of mathematics that deals with the concept of collection, organization and representation of data. So in it, we have three main steps. First is collection of data. Second is organization of data. And the third is representation. Representation of data. Write down. So this is based on three main points: collection of data, organization of data, and representation of numerical data. Now students, from your daily life, from your school life, can you give one example which is based on these points? From your school, from your home, from your daily life, one example which is based on this: collection of data, organization of data, and representation of data. Very good. Yes, Bhavya. Well done. Bani, very good. Attendance of students. Rishita Verma is saying dressing representation. Number of students in class. Yes. Number of students in class is collection. Now tell me, how will you organize and represent? I am talking about two more things, organization and representation. Number of students will only represent collection of students. So with number of students, how will you explain organization and representation? I am not talking about Bhavya method. Pictograph is the method that we will use for representation. I am not talking about pictograph. I am talking about, tell me the place where you will use all the 3 points together. This is my question. Tell me the name of one activity, tell me the name of one place where you will use all the 3 points together. Yes. Tell me, Bhavya. Students who want to reply this, raise your hands. Harjeet. Yes. Harjeet, unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell me, Harjeet, अगर मैं आपकी क्लासरूम की बात करूं तो मुझे अपनी क्लासरूम में से एक एग्जांपल दो, ठीक है, जिसमें आपको लगता है ये 3 स्टेप्स हमारे यूज होते हैं. ऑल द 3 स्टेप्स वी विल यूज. कलेक्शन, organization and representation. Any idea?
Ma'am, for collection, number of students,
Then
and organization, marks, and ma'am, for representation, we
very good, very good, very good. Yes, for representation, you will use any method, either pictograph or bar graph. Well done. Harjeet is talking about organization, collection, organization and representation of marks of students. Very good. First of all, you will collect the data based on marks of students. After that, you will organize either in ascending order or in descending order. This is your wish. Organization means in a systematic way. Either use ascending order or descending order. After that, represent using pictograph or bar graph. रिप्रेजेंटेशन मीन्स बेटा आप उसको दिखाओगे कैसे. उस डेटा को आपने कलेक्ट तो कर लिया, आपने अपनी क्लास के हर एक स्टूडेंट से पूछा भी, हाँ जी आपके पीटी 2 में कितने मार्क्स आए थे, टेल मी योर परसेंटेज. सबसे पहले आप रोल नंबर वाइज कलेक्ट करोगे. व्हाट इज द परसेंटेज ऑफ रोल नंबर 1, व्हाट इज द परसेंटेज ऑफ रोल नंबर 2, व्हाट इज द परसेंटेज ऑफ रोल नंबर 3. ओके, दिस इज कलेक्शन. देन यू विल write down in a systematic way, either in ascending order or in ascending. That is organization. After that, you will represent that either using pictograph or using bar graph. So we have 3 steps. Okay, very good, Harjeet. Well done. So next is, and for organization we will use tally marks table. You know na tally marks? Tally marks. So for organization you will use table of tally marks, and for representation we will use either pictograph or bar graph or so many methods, but you have only these 2 methods in your book, pictograph or bar graph. So this is the meaning of collection organization and representation. Now come to the exercise 9.1. Let's start with exercise 9.1. First question. Start writing. In the first question, what is given? In mathematics test, the following marks were obtained by 40 students. Okay. Now tell me, this table is given to you now. This table is collection, organization or representation. Table which is given in the book is collection of data, organization of data or representation of data. Tell me. Yes, very good. Collection of data. Well done. Very good response. Table given in the book will represent collection of data. So let's start exercise 9.1, question number first. Question is, in the mathematics test, following marks were obtained by 40 students. Arrange these marks in the table using tally marks. Tally marks means organize it. You know na what is the meaning of tally marks? Tally marks is used for organization. It means you will organize the given collection. So, first of all, you will write here as the question is based on marks. So, here you will write marks obtained. Marks obtained. Then in the second column, you will write tally marks. And in the end, you will write number of students. Number of students. Because these are the marks obtained by students. So, marks obtained, in the middle you will write tally marks. Then in the end column you will write number of students. Now, marks will start from 1. Now tell me, how many students will get 1 mark? Start your counting and write down in the chat box. How many will get 1 marks? 2. Yes. So tally marks 1, 2 and here you will write 2. Then 2 marks. 2 marks obtained by how many? No, Satvik, your answer is incorrect. Yes, Prerna's answer is correct, 3. So 1, 2, 3 and here you will write 3. Either write 0, 3 or 3. Both are the same thing. Okay. Next, 3 marks. Tell me the counting of 3. Very good. Again, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 3. Similarly, write for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 9 also. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Complete your table. 4 marks. Very good, Prerna. 7. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 5. How many students will get 5 marks? Yes, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here you will write 6. Then 7 marks. No. Count again. Check the counting of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, Rishita, very good. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, what is the counting of this 8? Check the counting of 8. From your table, count 4. Count 4, count 5, count 6, count 7, then count 8. Yes, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And this 9, 3 times. 9 is equal to 3 times. To check that this is correct or not, add it. And after addition, if you will get 40, it means this is correct. But if you will get less or more, then it means this is wrong. So to check that this is correct or not, add it. And it must equal to 40 because number of students is equal to 40 in book. Okay. Now this is organization. This is what? This is organization. Now A part and B part. 2, 3, 3, 7. Yes, Bhavya, tell me. Is it correct or not?
Yes, ma'am, it is not correct.
Tell me what is wrong in it. Very good.
Ma'am, because it makes 33 total
So tell me
sum.
where the counting is less. Where the counting is less. 6 marks are left here. 6 marks. 6 marks are left here. So 5, 4, 3.
Yes.
Yes. 5, 4, 3. So what is the counting of 6 marks? 7.
Ma'am, 6 more.
7.
Ma'am, yes, 7.
Yes. This is correct. So is equal to 30. Very good. Well done. I skip this 6 to check that who is attentive or not. Very good, Bhavya. Bhavya is attentive. Yes. Now after that, A part is find how many students obtained marks equal to or more than 7. A part is, I am writing here, I am going to rub this. A part is marks equal to or more than 7. Marks equal to or more than 7 means 7 marks, 8 marks, 9 marks. Equal to or more than 7 means 7 marks, 8 marks or 9 marks. So 7 marks are obtained by 5 students. 8 marks are obtained by 4 students and 9 marks are obtained by 3. So total 12 students. Now come to the B part. This is A part. Marks equal to or more than 7 means 7 marks, 4 marks, 3 marks. Check the counting. This is a counting of 7 marks. 5 students got 7 marks. 4 students, number of students, 4 students got 8 marks, and 3 students got 9 marks. So 5 plus 4, total 12 students. How many students obtained marks below 4? Below 4 means 4 से नीचे. It means 3 marks plus 2 marks plus 1 marks. You will not include 4 because the question is not based on equal to 4. No. A part is based on equal to 7. That's why we are writing 7 here. But B part is not based on equal to 4. So you will not include 4 here. Below 4 means 4 से नीचे. 4 नहीं. So 3 marks. Check in the table. 3 students got 3 marks. 3 students got 2 marks. And 2 students got 1 marks. So this is 3 plus 3 plus 2 is equal to 8 students. 8 students. Rishita, how 9? How 9 Rishita? 1 marks कितने बच्चों के आए हैं? 2 के. ये रहे. 2 marks कितने students के आए हैं? 3 students के. ये रहे. So 2 plus 3 plus 3, you will get 8, not 9. Okay? Yes. Now, the next is second question is your homework. Let's start third question. Let's start with question number 3rd. Question number 3rd. Catherine threw a dice 40 times. Now this question is based on dice. 40 times and noted the number appearing each time as shown below. Okay? Make a table using tally marks. Find the number that appeared. A, B, C part is given. But first of all, we will make a table. In the table, you will write number on dice. Number on dice. Because the question is based on dice. Tally marks. After that, number of times, repetition. Number of times. It means दाई का नंबर कितनी बार आएगा. Number of times, कितनी बार आएगा. Now let's start with, in a die we will observe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 numbers. Now start your table. 1 will occur how many times? Very good, 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next 2 will occur how many times? 2. 2 will occur how many times? Very good. Jashanpreet, well done. 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now 3 will? No, Jashanpreet, 3 will? 5, yes. 5 times, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 will? Now check the counting of 4. Count 4 from the table. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times. Now check the counting of 5 from the table. 1. Suhana, counting of 5 is 11. Yes, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So counting 11. Now the counting of 6 is, what is the counting of 6? 7 times. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whenever you are writing sixth line, now give some gap here. After writing 5 in tally marks, when you will start this sixth line, give gap. Okay. Now this is your table. After that the question is, find the number that bear minimum number of time. बेटा कौन सा नंबर है जो मिनिमम आया, सबसे कम आ रहा है? Tell me which number will come minimum number of times. ये देखो नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स ये सबसे मिनिमम है और ये किसका आंसर है? 4 का. यस. सो यू विल राइट number that appeared minimum number of times is equal to 4. Similarly, tell me the number that appear maximum number of times. Maximum. Now tell me, 11 is maximum now? 11 is the answer of 5. Yes. So you will write number that appeared maximum number of times is equal to 11. And the C part is, find those number that appear an equal number of times. Equal number. Check equal. 7, 7. 7, 7 equal. This 7 is the answer of 1 and this 7 is the answer of 6. So 1 and 6 appeared equal number of times. Yes. So this is the organization. After the organization, to give the solution of A, B, C part, you will check this third column. We will check this third column. The question is number that appeared minimum number of times. Is equal to